guys, we're going to do 3-5 today. And this is finding the amount of increase or decrease. Sometimes it's just called the amount of change. So here is a example of how to do it, all typed up for you. The first part is finding how much it changed, and the second step is changing that amount into a percent. You can do it through a proportion, or you can do it through an equation where you just kind of divide the numbers. Digits does it the equation methods where you just kind of divide. Let me get rid of my picture, it's distracting me. Okay, so this is going to be, the whole in this case is going to be the original number. And this is really the most important thing. It's not the big number, it's not the small number, it's the starting number where it originally started with. That's the whole. And then up here is going to either be a number or a dollar amount that it increased, and we're going to compare that to a percentage. Percentages are out of 100. So looking at this problem, a savings account increased from this to this. What is the percent of increase? So we're trying to look for a percent. But before we can find the percent that it increased, I need to figure out the dollar amount that it increased. So unlike a lot of the problems that we've done where we would add and subtract at the end, here we're going to add and subtract at the beginning. How much did it increase? Well, I know that means subtract. It increased 20 bucks. So 20 bucks out of 250. Now this is the trick, knowing that you need to start with a 250. If you were to start with a 270, that would not get you the correct answer because that's not the original amount. So it was originally 250 and went up to 270. So this is the important number right there. And this would be X out of 100. You could solve that by cross multiplying and dividing, by swooping, timesing by 2.5, whatever you do to the bottom, you do to the top. Any method you want. You could even do an equation for that. And when you do that, let's go ahead and work it out. This would be 2,000. When you cross multiply, you would get 2,000 equals 250x, and then you would divide by 250. 2,000 divided by 250 is 8. Okay, so it is an 8% increase. Okay, so 25 for 250 would be 8 for every 100. If you do digits help, what digits is going to do is it's going to tell you to still get the 20 over the 250, but digits is just going to tell you just divide those two numbers. Okay, so when you do 20 divided by 250, sorry to confuse you, you would get 800ths, which is 8%. So they do the equation method and kind of like the shortcut equation method, that to find a percent, you divide the part and the whole. To find a percent, you divide the part and the whole. I like the proportion method better, but this is faster. Let's look at the next one. This one is a percent of decrease. Let's see, it started at 5 and decreased 3. So it went down 2. This, in this case, is my original number. This is my change. So in my proportion, I'm looking for my percent. This time, the original number is the 5. And the amount of change is 2. So you have to really stop for a second and think about what is the original number. If you don't, you're likely to stick the wrong number on the bottom. And then this would lend itself to swoopy well. This is timesing by 20. You could cross multiply and times by 20. And so this would be a 40% decrease. Okay. If you do it on digits, it's going to shortcut it, and it is going to do, if you do question help, it's going to tell you just to do 2 divided by 5, which would get you 0.4, which is 40%. Works too. Okay. Replay if you need to.